Today's test is little hole versus big hole. Hario V60 versus Bonavita Immersion dripper. This has a valve that can stop the flow of the water, and I'm just going to keep it open so it's going to function like a normal pour over drip filter, what have you. So I'm going to use the same filters, same coffee, same grind, same water temperature, and I'm going to try and brew them at the same time too, so we'll have the most accurate results possible. What else? Oh yeah, so you see I'm using two different mugs here. I'm going to actually pour the coffee into those espresso glasses that I use. I'll label them at the bottom and do a little blind taste test on myself. So the question I'm trying to answer is the little hole better than a big hole, or vice versa? Blue Bottle seems to think that the little hole is the way to go. They use the Bone Mac dripper and swear by it. So that's a one hole and a tiny hole dripper, kind of like this Bonavita here, whereas the Hario is a little bit bigger and it has that floral pattern, if you will. So I'll be right back. Alright, so both are ready to go. I'm going to go with the Hario first, and 270 grams of water approximately. So first things first, this is 200 degrees Fahrenheit water. I'm going to do the bloom. I'm just going to get about 30 grams worth of water on there. Perfect. Alright, let it sit for a minute. Perfect. Clock. It's just going around. Okay, got to resume here. I'm just going to make little pours at a time. Maybe about 15 grams every 10 seconds or so. Okay, I'm going to put the two coffees into each of these hearts. You can see one of them has a barcode that says China on the back. So I think somewhat ironically, I'm going to put the Hario coffee in this one. Ironic because it's a Japanese coffee maker. And then the Bonavita will go in here. So this is the smaller hole, larger hole. Okay, so I finished shuffling these guys around and tasting. And I still don't know which is which, but the one on the left, I should know, it had much more body, and I could really taste this chocolatey aftertaste. This was thinner, but at the same time a little bit less bitter. Neither of them were unbearably bitter. I think it had the right amount in the left cup. So it wasn't anything that took away from my opinion of it. So the one on the left, I think, was the better cup. I'm going to do a little bit more tasting right now, actually. So as the coffee's cooled down, you taste different things. More things, in fact. Yeah, I think I like the one on the left better, so let's see what it is. China, meaning it's the Hario. And that isn't a result I would expect, and the reason for that, and by saying that that's not a result I expected, in terms of the body here, since it's more pronounced, it's thicker. I would have expected this to be the Bonavita actually, because the smaller hole implies that the water is making longer contact with the coffee, thus bringing out more of the oils, the stuff that makes it thicker, gives it a more syrupy feel. But the opposite thing happened. So the argument for this one would be, well, it had a little bit less bitterness, at least this time around. So if you're trying to just have the most neutral cup of coffee, then maybe a smaller hole will help you achieve that. So again, this is just one test, and I'm going to try and repeat it on not only myself, but some other people too, to get a larger sample size. But for now, the larger hole, Hario, is the winner over the smaller hole, Bonavita.